Okay, real talk. At some point, most of us made a deal with ourselves. A silent deal, never written down, never said out loud. The deal went something like this: work hard now, sacrifice a little now, and later, everything will be fine. Later, we will relax. Later, we will call people back. Later, we will take that trip, fix that relationship, go to the doctor, sleep properly, actually enjoy a meal without looking at a screen. Later, we have all been paying into that account for years. Some of us are still waiting for the withdrawal. This is not a story about giving up on money. Money is real, bills are real, security is real, and anyone who has ever been genuinely broke knows that money cannot buy happiness is something people say when they have enough of it. So we are not doing that. We are not pretending ambition is a character flaw. But somewhere between working hard and losing everything else, a lot of us crossed a line without noticing. And this is about that line. Think about the version of yourself from a few years ago. Early in the career, early in adult life, full of plans. We were going to figure it out. Work hard, build something, get stable, and then the real life begins. So we got serious. We said no to things, skipped dinners, missed birthdays, canceled trips. Not because we did not care, because we were building. We were being responsible while everyone else was out having fun and spending money they did not have. We were playing the long game. And listen, there is something genuinely admirable about that. Most people never even try. Most people never make a plan at all. So the ambition, the drive, the discipline, the respect for all of that. Truly. But here is what nobody warns you about. The chase has a way of quietly becoming your whole personality. You stop being a person who works hard and start being a person who only works. Every conversation somehow comes back to career. Every weekend has a goal. Every social event is measured by whether it is useful or not. Fun starts to feel like something you have to earn, and somehow you never quite earn it enough. Sound familiar? Even a little? We're very creative when it comes to justifying this. I am doing this for my family. Okay, but your family also wants you present at dinner, not just providing it. I will slow down when I hit this goal. You will not. When you hit it, the goal moves. That is how goals work. This is just a busy season. The busy season has been going on for 3 years. At some point, it stops being a season and starts being the climate. We are not bad people for thinking these things. We're just very good at telling ourselves stories that let us keep doing what we are already doing. There is a word for this rationalization. It means taking a decision you already made emotionally and then constructing logical reasons for it after the fact. We do it constantly, about everything, but especially about work and money. Because work feels productive. Work feels responsible. Scrolling your phone for 2 hours feels wasteful, but answering emails at midnight feels like you are a serious person. Same amount of actual damage to your well-being. One of them just wears a better costume. Nobody loses everything in one dramatic moment. That is a movie thing. In real life, things leave quietly and slowly, and by the time you notice, they have already been gone a while. Friendships are the first to go, usually. Not with a fight, not with a falling out, just with enough canceled plans that people stop planning around you. Your name comes up less in group chats. Invitations slow down. Nobody's angry. They just adjusted. People are practical about who shows up and who does not, and eventually your absence becomes the expected thing. Think about your closest friends from 5, 6 years ago. How many of them do you actually still talk to? Not follow on Instagram. Actually talk to, actually know what is happening in their life right now. For a lot of us, that number got smaller, and we did not even register when each one quietly moved from close friend to person I used to be close with. Then there is health, which we ignore with impressive consistency until we physically cannot. The human body is patient, incredibly patient. It sends small signals for a long time before it escalates. Tired, all the time signal. Constant, low-level headaches signal. That tightness in your shoulders that never fully goes away signal. Waking up at 3 in the morning with your brain already running big signal. We dismiss all of them because we're busy and because nothing is technically wrong yet. Yet is doing a lot of work in that sentence. And then there are the relationships, the romantic ones, the ones where someone was genuinely there for you, genuinely trying, genuinely patient, and we kept saying, soon I will be less busy. Soon we will have more time together. Soon things will calm down. Meanwhile, that person was right there, in the present tense, needing something real and current, not a promise about a future that kept moving further away. Here is the thing about the moment it changes. We expect it to be big, a breakdown, a loss, some dramatic event that shakes everything loose. And sometimes it is, but more often, it is embarrassingly small. For a lot of people, it is something like this. You're sitting somewhere ordinary, a parking lot, a kitchen table, a corner of the office, and nothing specific happens. You just get quiet for a second. And in that quiet, something honest surfaces. You realize you cannot remember the last time you felt actually light. Not happy in a performed way, not fine in a tired way, but genuinely uncomplicated light, free, like yourself. You realize the number in your bank account has gone up and nothing else has. The comfort you thought would come with it, the relaxation, the peace, the arrival did not come. You hit the number and set a new number and hit that one too, and now you are here, still feeling like you are behind. Or maybe it is simpler. Maybe you just look at your phone contacts one day and realize you do not know what is actually going on in most of those people's lives. You have hundreds of contacts and maybe 4 people you could call right now with a real problem. And honestly, you are not totally sure about 2 of those 4. That is the moment. Small, quiet, slightly uncomfortable, and completely worth listening to. Let us talk about money the right way, because this is important, and we are not going to skip it. Money is a tool, a genuinely excellent tool. It pays for safety, for options, for good health care, for experiences that matter, for being able to help people you love when they need it. Dismissing it is a privilege. We are not doing that. But there is a version of chasing money that is actually smart, and a version that is just expensive anxiety. Smart is building skills that compound. That means grow and build on each other over time. Saving consistently, even small amounts, because the habit matters as much as the number. Investing, putting money into things that grow even modestly. Spending intentionally, meaning spending on things that actually improve your real life, not your visible life. There is a huge difference. The expensive anxiety version is spending money to look like you have money, buying things to feel like you have arrived somewhere, upgrading things that were already fine because something newer came out, competing silently with people who are probably doing the same thing and also cannot fully afford it. That is not building wealth. That is a performance. And performances are exhausting, and they cost everything you are trying to save. One honest question worth asking before any significant financial decision: why do I actually want this? Not what is the justification, but the real reason. The answer is almost always more interesting than expected. In your 20s, earn and learn in equal amounts. Build skills aggressively. Spend on growth, not status. Avoid debt that limits your future choices. The goal is not luxury at 25. The goal is optionality, meaning having real choices at 35. In your 30s, balance becomes urgent and non-negotiable. This is the decade where the things you neglected in your 20s start presenting the bill. Relationships need real time and presence. Your body needs actual maintenance. Your mental health needs attention. The career still matters enormously. But if the career is the only thing still standing by 40, something went wrong, and it is worth being honest about that. At every age, the people who seem genuinely at peace, not performing contentment, actually feeling it, share something in common. They built more than one thing: career and relationships, ambition and presence, goals and rest. Not perfectly balanced, because perfect balance is not real, but deliberately plural, meaning they invested in more than one area of life on purpose. Some things wait, some things do not. Your parents will not always pick up the phone. That is not dramatic, it is just true, and it catches most of us off guard when it stops being hypothetical. The Sunday calls you kept meaning to make, the visit you kept postponing, the conversations that somehow never had the right time. The years when the people you love most need your actual presence, not your financial contribution, those are specific years and they end. Kids who are small for a surprisingly short time. Friends going through hard things need you now, not when your schedule opens up. The version of you that your people actually need is the present, available, paying attention version. That version is free to give. It just costs time, which somehow always feels like the most expensive thing. Here is a real thing that happens at a certain age. You are at something, a gathering, a reunion, a table with people who matter, and someone asks what you are proud of. And the things that come to mind are not the promotions, not the numbers, not the deals. It is a trip you took, a conversation that changed something, a person you showed up for, a moment you were fully there for. That is not an accident. That is just honesty arriving on schedule. So, what do we actually do? Small things, permanent ones. Answer the call, the one you keep sending to voicemail because you are busy. Answer it. It is 1 hour. You have spent 1 hour on worse things today. Say yes sometimes for no reason. Not every yes needs to be strategic. Some of them just need to be human. Put the phone down at the table. Not because it is polite, though it is, because food actually has a flavor when it is the only thing you are doing. Meals are quietly one of the best parts of being alive, and we keep ruining them for absolutely no reason. Move your body like you plan to use it for a long time. Not perfectly, not obsessively, just consistently and with some respect for the thing carrying you around. And check the gap. The gap between what you say matters and where your actual time and energy go. Most of us have one. Most of us know about it and do not look at it directly. Looking at it is not comfortable. It is also the only way to close it. You are allowed to want money. You are allowed to work hard, build things, have ambition, want security. All of that is legitimate and real. But the moment you stop chasing money is not a failure. It is not giving up. It is the moment you realize that money was always supposed to serve the life, not replace it. The life is the point, the actual, daily, ordinary, sometimes boring, sometimes beautiful, often complicated life. The people in it, the moments that do not get photographed. The version of you that exists when nothing is being performed for anyone. That version has been waiting, patiently, for the chase to slow down just long enough to remember it is there. It is still there.